Valerie's helplessness did not start with homelessness. She's always asked for help. Gas for her car, to pay her car insurance, phone bill, lights, etc. For a very long time, I enabled Valerie in her addictions because I felt bad for my little niece. My sister used that as a pawn all the time. So you're just gonna let your niece not have lights and be cold. How could you do that to your niece? When Heather was probably 6 or 7, Valerie crashed her previous car, so we bought her a brand new car. When Heather was around 9 or 10, she would call me from school and tell me that her mom didn't pick her up. Could I come pick her up? And of course I went and picked her up. Valerie just played on that needy card. I'm a single mom. Heather's dad isn't in her life. We need help. It was a constant guilt thing. And she does the same thing to her daughter, Heather.
I would never leave my sister on the street, or my daughter, or my mother. She died. You know, at least I left you to die. Give them a shower and something to eat so they can help themselves.
Valerie's emotional abuse with her daughter has literally crippled my little niece.
There's no sin in love, only the lack of it. You know, and that's the lack of love by leaving me without a shower for months, 6 years.
If Valerie can't change, Heather needs to break away from her mom and her toxicity. Valerie met Jenna Lee over 20 years ago, living in the same apartment complex. Jenna Lee's a very kind person with a big heart, but she enables my sister. Jenna Lee lets Valerie use her address as her mailing address. Jenna Lee brings Valerie her debit card. She takes Valerie her driver's license because she loses it every 2 weeks. She needs to stop helping my sister because she's making it too easy for her to stay on the street.
Michelle, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
3 years ago, you said, that's it. Not going to enable anymore, not going to buy into this anymore.
It's done. And it is hard because every day I take a shower, I think of my sister. Like, I got to take a nice warm shower and my sister's dirty. And we weren't raised like that. It's just heartbreaking.
Right. But you also understand that that's her choice.
Absolutely.
Because she says she wants to be free.
She wants to be free. She was sober the time before she relapsed. She used to romance the fact that I just miss being on the street. Miss my freedom. Freedom of what? So you could drink the way you want?
Yeah, every time she's sober for an amount of time, it's like, I'm being sober for you and I'd rather be drunk.
Trust me, if your mother continues to live on the street, she will die an early death.
Yeah.
But that's not on you, that's on her. It's a catch-22, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I don't ask her over to have a shower or to come to my home. I won't let her in my home. I let her use my mailing address for her debit card and her driver's license that she loses every month or she gets robbed every month. I feel like that's just like the basics that I could do for her without making life comfortable for her.
You have to decide what your priorities are. What's good for you and your family, you and your son, for example. Then you test everything against that. Is it in my best interest to beat myself up about choices I don't control? That creates anxiety with me, it creates depression with me, it creates stress with me, and that means my son's not getting 100% of his mother. So I'm giving a portion of my son's mother to my mother, and my son gets, 60% of his mother? He's paying the price for choices she's making. It's like standing on the end of the dock and you've got one life preserver, and here's a person over here trying to drown themselves, and here's a 2-year-old child over here fighting for life. Who are you going to throw the life preserver? Think about what I just said. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.